A rare energetic portal is unlocking on June 21st, one that will not just affect your relationships, but will shift the way your soul gives and receives love. If you've been feeling disconnected, misunderstood, or strangely silent this month, you weren't being ignored. You were being prepared. Let's break it down, point by point. Silence has always been misunderstood as a sign of absence, but in the context of this rare portal, it is presence in its purest form. When the world grows quiet, when people retreat, and when your phone stops ringing, you might be tempted to panic. But the truth is that emptiness isn't a void, it's sacred preparation. The universe isn't withholding connection from you. It's carving out space for something higher to reach you. Silence becomes a sanctuary where distractions fall away and the soul becomes audible again. This portal doesn't respond to noise, chaos, or social energy. It responds to presence. That subtle shift you've been feeling? That disconnection from everything and everyone? It's not rejection, it's refinement. You are being guided into stillness so that your own frequency can stabilize. This is not abandonment, it is alignment. The solitude you're in is the exact condition needed for the recalibration of your heart, your mind, and your energetic field. In this moment of cosmic quiet, something divine is happening beneath the surface. You are being invited to hear your soul without the background static of the world. And once you accept this silence as sacred rather than empty, you'll begin to feel it. The clarity, the downloads, the whispers of the universe. This isn't loneliness, it's spiritual tuning. And if you stay in it long enough, you won't just find peace, you'll find purpose. If June felt numb, distant, or strangely uneventful, it wasn't by accident. You weren't being ignored or forgotten. The universe placed you in an energetic quarantine, a sterilized space where emotional and energetic clutter could no longer reach you. This wasn't stagnation, it was a sacred reset. What you experienced wasn't emptiness, but intentional stillness, designed to neutralize the noise so that your system could begin its internal upgrade. Every pause in communication, every relationship that seemed to fade, every sudden loss of interest or enthusiasm was a form of cosmic protection. The people who pulled away, the plans that didn't work out, the emotional fog that covered your usual spark. These weren't setbacks, they were symptoms of purification. The universe was scrubbing your field clean, removing anything that didn't belong in your next chapter. That dullness wasn't failure, it was filtration. This portal on June 21st doesn't activate in chaos, it requires precision. And that's why June had to be sterile. Your soul was being prepared for exact alignment, and alignment can't occur if you're still tangled in outdated energies, unhealed wounds, or misaligned connections. What felt like silence was sacred engineering. The less you resisted it, the more ready you now are to receive the transmission coming through the Moon-Venus gateway. This portal isn't here to bring someone new into your life. It's here to bring you back into your life. Before love can arrive from the outside, it must awaken from within. The universe is calling your attention to the parts of you that have long been exiled, the insecure, the sensitive, the misunderstood, the too much or not enough. These aspects weren't flaws, they were fragments of your power waiting for your acceptance. Real love doesn't begin with another person. It begins with radical wholeness. You've been taught to polish yourself before being worthy of love. But this portal asks for the opposite. It invites you to sit with your shadows, your awkward phases, your deepest wounds. Not to fix them, but to recognize them as part of your sacred design. This is a reunion with yourself, not a makeover. And until you fully meet those forgotten layers of your identity, the love you seek will always feel out of reach, because it's being mirrored, not withheld. June 21st marks the opening of a door, not to someone else's heart, but to your own. This portal is your chance to stop chasing completion in others and begin recovering what you abandoned within. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are being delivered piece by piece back to the version of you who's always been worthy, not because they're perfect, but because they're finally whole. Empaths, your tenderness is a gift, but when overextended, it becomes a burden you were never meant to carry. The world has conditioned you to feel responsible for everyone's pain, to be the healer, the helper, the one who never lets anyone fall. But in doing so, you've abandoned your own center. The truth is, your exhaustion isn't a sign of strength. It's a signal of misalignment. You've been pouring from a cup that's been empty for far too long. If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe for daily cosmic insights, astrology updates, and spiritual guidance, because the universe always has a message for you. This portal is your permission slip to stop, to step back, to release the roles you never agreed to but felt obligated to uphold. You don't have to fix everyone. You don't have to absorb their grief, silence your needs, or be a constant lighthouse for people lost at sea. Healing doesn't mean being everything for everyone. It means honoring your own frequency first. This is your call to return home to your own energy and to finally let others find their own way. June 21st opens a doorway not just for love, but for energetic sovereignty. It's a moment to reclaim your space, your peace, and your purpose. When you stop overgiving, you don't become cold, you become clear. And in that clarity, you finally begin to attract people who meet you in balance, not need. You're not abandoning anyone by choosing yourself, you're just refusing to drown while trying to keep others afloat. There's a subtle but powerful presence observing you, not to judge, but to witness your alignment. It doesn't care about your accomplishments, your followers, or how well you've performed your healing. This energy is watching something deeper, your integrity, your stillness, your truth. It's scanning your field for congruence. Are your actions aligned with your soul? Or are you still chasing applause from a world that doesn't understand your mission? This force is not impressed by motion. It's activated by stillness. You've been taught that productivity means progress, that doing more equals being more. But this portal invites the opposite. Can you sit in silence without reaching for distraction? Can you stay grounded when the world demands performance? This is the test, quiet, internal, and deeply personal. And passing it doesn't look like effort. It looks like presence. The doorway that opens next isn't triggered by hustle. It's unlocked by resonance. If you want to receive the next level of guidance, love, or purpose, you must first prove, not to others, but to yourself, that you can stay centered in truth when no one is watching. This energy doesn't respond to performance. It responds to purity. And the moment you choose stillness over stimulation, you signal to the universe, I'm ready. This portal isn't asking for your prettiest version, it's asking for your realest one. Venus is not here for the polished affirmations, the staged vulnerability, or the curated healing journey. It doesn't care how poetic your captions are or how often you sage your space. It wants the you that shows up with a trembling voice, with messy feelings, with unfiltered honesty. Can you drop the mask? Can you be seen as you are, not as you perform? Because that's the only version the frequency of real love can actually find. Love can't locate what you're pretending to be. And this portal isn't about attracting someone with effort. It's about aligning with your essence so purely that love recognizes you immediately. Every time you abandon your truth to impress, to please, or to stay safe, you dim the very signal that would call in your soul-level connection. The more you strip away the personas, the closer you get to becoming the version of you your destined partner has been searching for. Not because you worked for it, but because you remembered who you are. The Moon-Venus alignment is not an invitation to act. It's an invitation to be raw, to be undone, to be soft and unguarded and true. If you've been exhausted trying to earn love, this is your sign to stop performing and start aligning. Because the love that's coming through this portal, it doesn't require perfection, it requires presence. And it's not looking for someone who's ready to impress. It's looking for someone who's ready to be seen. You may have noticed small urges lately, like wanting to change your look, speak differently, or show up more authentically. These impulses aren't random. They're energetic cues from the universe, preparing your frequency for alignment. You're not unraveling, you're unfolding. What feels like subtle discomfort is actually the shedding of old vibrations that no longer match who you're becoming. These shifts aren't about reinvention, they're about revelation. You're not becoming someone else, you're finally becoming someone true. And as your frequency adjusts, so do the messages you receive. The universe isn't shouting right now, it's whispering. Through songs that stir your spirit, dreams that linger, names that echo long after they're heard. These aren't coincidences, they're codes. But you'll only catch them in stillness. If your mind is too loud, if your world is too cluttered, you'll miss the sacred instructions hidden in the quiet. This is a time to lean in, not scroll past. Transformation and communication are already happening, but they move like whispers in the dark, not fireworks in the sky. Pay attention to the nudges, that pull to change your environment, express yourself differently, or move away from old versions of you. That's the magnetism recalibrating. And if you listen closely, beyond the noise of everyday life, you'll hear something deeper calling your name. Something not asking you to do more, but to be still and receive. If your mind has felt cloudy lately, if you've been forgetting things, riding emotional waves, or feeling strangely ungrounded, don't panic. This isn't dysfunction, it's a spiritual upload. During this portal, logic is intentionally being bypassed so the truth can be delivered directly to your soul. You're not broken, you're being rewired. The disorientation is temporary, but the transformation it delivers is permanent. Confusion is not a block, it's a bridge. You're not meant to analyze this portal, you're meant to feel it. This is how divine instruction often arrives, not with clarity, but with surrender. The universe doesn't always speak in linear answers, it speaks in emotion, symbolism, and intuition. So instead of trying to make sense of every sensation, allow it to pass through you. Let the fog soften your resistance. Let the emotional surges clear what's been buried. Truth is being embedded in your energy, not your intellect. And when the dust settles, clarity will rise, but only after you've trusted the unknown. Pay attention to the signs along the way. They're simple but powerful. Seeing 111 is a clear signal. You're in alignment with the portal's path of sacred solitude and readiness. And June 21st is your cosmic checkpoint, the moment when everything sharpens, shifts, and aligns. If you stay present, silent, and receptive during this peak, the universe promises to deliver what you've been preparing for. This isn't just another date. It's a portal designed for your transformation. And the more open you are, the more clearly you'll hear what it came to say. So, if this message echoed something inside you, Don't scroll past. Comment 111 if you're ready to receive this love with no performance, like this to anchor the energy. And subscribe if you're ready to walk this sacred timeline consciously. Because the love coming through this portal, it doesn't chase, it recognizes, and it's already looking for you.